Watch us as we drop this hip-hop, it's like it stays. We make a whole room drop and everybody sing. We want the funk. We gotta have that funk. We kick it old school, we think we're so cool. We take it back to the past, we gonna act a fool. Up jumps the middle finger.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Sports Buzz, The Fanatical View. I am your host, Scott D. Lewis, here live in studio, Comcast Cable Channel 23 in this downtown Danbury, Connecticut. Beautiful late summer day, September 17th.
This morning, but it would have been crisp.
It heated up, right? If you were in that sun, it was pretty hot.
It was hot this afternoon, especially for us and the kids, so.
Yeah, beautiful day. We're getting some really nice weather. We had some much needed rain this past weekend, but it's drying out again.
Yeah.
And it's super hot, but it's pretty nice out there, so we can't complain. But yes, you heard correct. We are actually live. No more tapes shows. We will be live in studio on a weekly basis, upcoming through the early stages of fall, at least until something else comes up on the schedule that they kick us out of here for. I don't know about these guys. Anyways, so that means the phone line is open, 203-792-4101. I had to actually look it up. I couldn't remember what the number was.
Oh,
it's
God.
been so long, Bob.
Yeah, I know. Hopefully we'll get a few phone calls
maybe,
tonight.
if you're out there. If you still
watch.
Not accustomed to being able to call, but the phone lines are open. I mean, Bob and I can take up all the time here easily, but if you want to chime in, go ahead. 203-792-4101 is the number. Let's officially say hello to my right-hand man, Mr. Bob Roth Jr.
Hi, Scott. How are you?
Doing good. And there we, as our other left-hand man, I guess we'd call him at this point, Mike Toohey in the control room, gets the pictures rolling. There's Bob and Dave King, getting ready for their annual performance over there at the PAL building. SNYRA, a Southern New York Racing Association event, is this weekend.
Yes.
Saturday the 20th.
Sunday the 20th.
Or Sunday, I'm sorry.
We will be there Saturday. We will be there Saturday if anybody who, any of the drivers that are coming can bring their cars up on Saturday if they can't, if they have to, or we'll be setting everything up on Saturday in the afternoon. So,
but the event itself is 11 to 4 on Sunday, and Dave King he usually plays around noon or so.
Yeah, around noon. Then because about around 1 o'clock we have the post 60 come for and does the flag and about 2 o'clock we have the driver ceremonies and.
All right, well, that'll be a great event on Sunday. Perhaps I'll be down there as well this weekend, checking it out with Bob. Bob will be down there covering it as much as possible. You can see plenty of footage from the event on his show, Spotlight On, which airs Tuesday nights at 9, Wednesdays at 12. Our man Mike Toohey, his show, Expose Cinema, Friday nights at 9, Wednesdays at 1. We are joined once again by the production assistant extraordinaire, Mr. Connor Faco, who... I don't know if he's watching television.
No, he's in there working.
He's working. Oh, yeah. All right. His break is over.
His break's over.
He's working.
But just a quick note, my daughter Jenna's trying out for the Nutcracker tomorrow night.
Oh, well, good luck to Jenna. We'll see if a star is born on the stage.
Yes.
That'll be exciting. We'll have to hear what happens with that. Other announcement news. We hear the positive vibrations of Fatty Roots in the background.
Yes, we do.
And we know that Mr. Mikey Dredd, a.k.a. Sugar Summers, formerly of Fatty Roots, now in Black Rock Social, we know he has moved on to bigger and better things. And guess what, Bob? It is bigger and better things. I've been plugging these guys. We've been talking about them, and they have some big news that broke this week as it was announced that they will be the opening act for the legendary all-time great reggae band Steel Pulse, one of the all-time great reggae bands of all time. They've been around since the late 70s, and they are easily top 5 reggae band of all time. So to get this gig is unbelievable. Wednesday, September 30th, a new place opening up in Fairfield, the Warehouse, which is opening this week. But they will be the first real big band, big show going down. So hats off to Black Rock Social for getting that gig, and hopefully this is just the beginning of more bigger things to come. As luck would have it, my work schedule looks like
you're off that day.
I was supposed to be working that night, but things got canceled. I wasn't that disappointed.
Maybe you can get down and catch a little, get a little video from next week.
Well, I'm waiting for Mikey Dredd to give me the news. I want some backstage passes.
Yeah, you want to get a little
VIP treatment.
Yeah, you want to get at least a little video so we can see a little bit of.
Maybe. I am supposed to go into the studio with them soon as they begin recording an album and film another video.
Cool.
I have filmed videos in the past for Fatty Roots, and they will have me come in and do one for Black Rock Social, so I'm looking forward to that as well. But the show is going to be off the hook, and it's going to be incredible. So that is going to be great. We'll talk about it again next week. All right, let's get to the sporting news, Bob.
Well, where do we want to start? We want to start with the Patriots?
Well, we might as well. They were the first game of the season last week,
against
Thursday night, unveiling the banners and some trophies being walked out by some former great players right there with the owner. And, it was a great night. Willie McGinnis, Troy Brown, my all-time favorite. And Ty Law surprisingly got the nod there, bringing out one of the trophies.
That's a name from the past.
Yeah, they brought him back, so that was good. And then the Patriots went about their business of beginning to defend their title, and they did it by taking apart the Pittsburgh Steelers 28-21 in the opening game of the year for the NFL. And the fans up there, I think they had the chant correct. Where is Roger? Oh, that's right, the commissioner.
Yeah.
He couldn't make it to the game.
No, he couldn't make it. He was busy.
He was embarrassed by his off-season performance in the whole Deflategate nonsense, and he decided to lay low.
Yeah.
Commissioner couldn't make it that night. Where is Roger? Sounded like the old Red Sox chants when Clemens left town and played with the Yankees. But anyways, Patriots, Brady, 4 touchdown passes on the night, 3 to Gronkowski. He really looked like a man amongst boys out there. Unfair, disadvantaged. The Steelers couldn't cover him at all.
Right.
Edelman, he threw to Edelman 11 times, his jersey number, and he completed all 11 of those passes to Edelman. A clinic. 28-21 was the final, but the Steelers did get one of those touchdowns in the garbage time waning seconds, so the score wasn't even really that close. They did miss 2 field goals that could have changed the things earlier, and the Patriots also had a goal line stand, which forced them to kick a field goal as well. So, things could have been a little bit different if they executed those field goals and/or the play at the goal line. Roethlisberger, and this is going to be the theme for the season, Bob.
Yeah.
Everybody in the league got the memo. When given the opportunity, claimed the Patriots are cheating. He complained about some unwritten rule where the defense isn't allowed to move before the snap. The defense isn't allowed to move, Bob?
Yeah.
I mean, the defense is allowed to move. They can do whatever they want.
They can do whatever they want.
He was a little bit disappointed that they drew them offsides, false start at that goal line situation. Pretty ridiculous by Roethlisberger. Not as ridiculous as their head coach, Mike Tomlin.
Right.
For one, the fact that he didn't get suspended for his comments, or at least fined, blatantly calling the Patriots cheaters for the headset malfunctions that took place during the game for both teams, mind you. And also, mind you, Bob, that the headsets are run by the league, not by the Patriots. The NFL has full control over the headsets.
Right.
They said so repeatedly after the game. Said it was our bad. We have control of the headsets. They're not provided by the home team, the Patriots. So it wasn't like they were giving them faulty equipment. The league does this, and it happens week in and week out. You always hear about headsets getting jammed or problems with the headsets.
Right.
Total nonsense. Mike Tomlin comes out and says it happens here all the time, clearly implicating the Patriots as cheaters. So the memo clearly given to all the teams around the league when given the chance, complain about the Patriots. We lost in court to them. We couldn't get them on Deflategate. Why? Because there was nothing to it. Maybe that's why you couldn't get them on it. And maybe they weren't actually cheating. But this is going to be the thing. It's going to be the story that plays out all season long. Speaking of which, the Bills are ready to chime in with Sexy Rexy as the Patriots get ready to face them this weekend up in Orchard Park, Buffalo. And the Bills did get a nice win, 27-14, crushing, really, the Colts in the opening weekend for them and Sexy Rexy's debut And we talked about how last week he's already running his mouth about the Patriots. Now, this week, he says, I can't wait. The hated Patriots coming to town. You know this place is going to be nuts. Other players on the team following his lead say, let's face it, everybody in the league hates the Patriots. Let's not even sugarcoat it. We're ready for them. So, this is going to be the deal. And the Patriots, remember the last time Spygate, that whole thing?
Yeah.
What did they do? They went 16-0 en route to the Super Bowl, right?
Yeah, until they went to see my...
I don't know. We'll see what happens in the regular season at least.
Yeah.
We don't know what will happen in the Super Bowl. But
I know what happened in the Super Bowl.
Not sure that this is a great tactic the league wants to take to get the Patriots all bent out of shape about being labeled as such. So it's going to be a good weekend. Buffalo versus New England. I did think the Bills would be improved. They got LaShawn McCoy, Percy Harvin. Those guys both had decent games. Tyron Taylor looked good in his new starting role for Buffalo as the new quarterback. We'll see what they do this weekend. Of course, they're led by the front seven. Really got a strong pass rush. So that is a good thing that the Bills have and their fans have. But the Patriots are going to go to the hurry-up offense, I'm sure, to keep them off balance. And we will find out. Let's stay in the AFC East just for a second before we get to your, New York Football Giants and what happened there. But hold on a second, Bob. Jets, Jets, in their new coaching situation, they got a nice win, 31-10.
Yeah, that was a good game.
Against the Browns. I mean, really, look at those new uniforms by the Browns, Bob. Oh, my God.
I know they're terrible.
Their play was the only thing worse than those new uniforms. I mean, the Browns have a classic, all-time classic uniform. They kind of stayed to the same theme, but not quite.
No,
the color scheme's a little bit different.
A little bit.
And they got the Browns written down the side of the pants, no stripe.
Yeah.
Ugly. And they were ugly. They were actually winning in the first half. The Jets looked ugly, but they, after the QB went down and it was Johnny Football Time, Manziel coming in, he threw a touchdown pass to give them the lead. But after that, it was all Jets, Jets, as their cheerleaders were able to get a little ramped up and get the fans involved, as we see them right there.
Is Mike here?
So it was a good win for the Jets, but the Browns are really nothing to, to measure yourself against, so we don't know for sure what that really means. They got a game against those Colts who lost at Buffalo on Monday night this week. So that'll be a bitter test in Indianapolis, as the Colts will be licking their wounds from the loss in Buffalo this weekend. So that'll be a much better test for the Jets. We'll see what they do there on Monday night. And we'll see Cromartie, who looked like he got seriously hurt in that game, Antonio Cromartie. But he, I think, is listed as possible to play. So I'm not sure. We have to double check on that. But that would be something if he came away pretty much unscathed with that looked like a serious injury. All right, Bob, let's shift over to the NFC East. The marquee matchup on Sunday night, your New York Football Giants against the, how about them Cowboys, Dallas Cowboys. And
the whole game was really
what happened and it was looking good, and then maybe not so much.
And then it went back and forth, and there was some interesting.
I'll tell you this much, Bob. This game was so boring in the first half. I was definitely tuning into the U.S. Open men's final over this football game.
The second half woke up.
And we'll get to that men's final a little bit later. But second half did wake up. 3 turnovers by the Cowboys, including turnovers late. Giants in full control of this game with the ball inside 2 minutes, ready to score a touchdown
and we don't
to
run
go
the ball.
up by 10 points. And Eli whispers in the ear of Rashad Jennings,
"Don't score.
Don't score because we want to run the clock out." Well, if you want to run the clock out, why on third down do you drop back to pass and then not just take a sack or take a knee? You throw an incomplete pass to stop the clock, setting up a 4th down and a field goal, which only puts you up by 6. First of all, take the touchdown. I mean, he was having flashbacks to 2011 against the Patriots when they let them score, which led to them get them back. But there was a much different scenario.
You run the ball. You don't leave Romo on minute and 43 seconds to run.
You run the ball, make the Cowboys burn all their timeouts, and then you run out the clock, get it down to about 40, 30 seconds left, and you don't give them enough time to come down. Instead, they completely botch things by not being able to manage the clock. They kick the field goal instead of getting the touchdown. Right. So with a minute 27 seconds left, Tony Romo leads the Cowboys down the field 72 yards, and he hits Jason hard-hitting Witten with 7 seconds left for the go-ahead score for a 27-26 lead, and they win it, Bob, on opening night. How about this, Bob? 8-0 all time against the Giants in season openers. Yeah. So when they play the Giants to open the season, they're 8-0, and now they have won 5 straight against the G-men. The G-men all overall. Yeah. Dating back a couple seasons now, 2.5 seasons, Bob.
I know.
Not pretty for your G-men.
Well, let's just hope
Des Bryant was hurt early in this game. He went out, broke his foot.
Yeah.
So they were without him. We, of course, know that they don't have DeMarco Murray anymore.
Right.
This game was yours for the taking. What happened?
I don't know. All I know is $40 million for a dunce cap for...
Yeah, they put the dunce cap on Eli on the cover of the paper.
Yeah.
So, anyways, the Giants will look to turn the page. They are at home this weekend against the Falcons. The Dirty Birds took care of another NFC East foe, the Eagles.
Right.
And that second half got pretty interesting as well, as the Eagles looked terrible in the first half. We're down 20-3, but Sam Bradford, in his debut for the Eagles, led them back in the second half, and the Eagles actually took the lead. A missed field goal late by the Eagles, though, and a touchdown by the Falcons gave the Falcons the come-from-ahead victory as they were leading pretty much the whole game. Almost gave it away, fell behind late, but did score enough to come back and get the win. So you'll face the Falcons. Surprising. They're trying to turn back time a little bit. They were one of the top teams in the league a couple years ago, injury-plagued seasons. The last couple of years have derailed their situation, but maybe, just maybe, they're back on track. And your Giants are going to look to upend them this weekend.
We don't want to be 0-6.
Well, no, you don't want to be 0-2 either.
No.
So a big win this weekend at home would be big for them. Back to the AFC and some other teams worth noting, and another matchup between AFC East and NFC East, which is the theme this year as all those teams play each other. The Dolphins got a big punt return in a low-scoring game against the Redskins, so they won 17-10. AFC East went 4-0 this weekend, so everybody is tied at first after week 1 at 1-0. Of course, that'll change this weekend because we know either the Bills or the Patriots will lose.
I think it'll be the Bills.
We'll see. I mean, you never know, but I like the Patriots' chances heading up there to Buffalo, shuffling off to Buffalo this weekend. All right, some other games this weekend. The Chiefs, our former evil director.
Mr. Mike McFadden has made the...
McFadden has arrived. He beat traffic. He is here for the final, 10 minutes of the show?
Yeah, so we can...
Good to hear. Good to hear.
Yes, he is. Maybe we'll get a little...
All right, so tonight's game features the Chiefs and the Broncos. The Chiefs did win. This game got close late, 27-20, but they were in full control throughout. Big first half against the Texans, so that was a nice performance by the Chiefs early. Broncos got a win, but pretty ugly, Bob. How about this for your Strange Man stat of the week? Okay. SOS. Where is Strange Man, by the way?
I have no idea.
Strange Man, come back to us.
Please call us. Let us know you're all right.
Let us know you're around. We need you. We need Strange Man stats of the week. All right, but here's the stat of the week. The Broncos ran only one play in the red zone the entire game. Yeah. They got all their points off either defense or field goals. 19-13 win over the Ravens, and they will play tonight. Maybe we'll see Peyton play well, or maybe we'll just see him having like 10,000 commercials on. I mean, all the latest ones with him, you got to love the one where he's playing with his own bobblehead in the commercial, Bob. You think we'll ever see Brady play with a bobblehead in the commercial?
You never know.
This is the other theme in the season so far. you know, your guy Eli with the idiot commercials, Peyton with his stupid commercials, Andrew Luck with stupid commercials.
Right.
Have you noticed the Patriot commercials? All about working hard in the training room, dedication. That's what it takes to win. I see a theme here, Bob. They're trying to distance themselves from not only the stupid commercials, but the claim of cheating. It's all about working hard. That's how they get their success. So keep your eye on that theme, and also keep your eye on Brady. He's never going to do a stupid bobblehead commercial like Peyton Manning, that's for sure. All right, so that's a big game tonight. We'll see what happens. And of course, evil director will be texting me 100 times tonight. Kevin Gallagher, he texted me 1,000 times on Sunday during the games. Take it easy with that texter there, Kevin. All right.
Okay, let's move on.
Some other games that took place. We'll just run through them quick as we moved on to some other stuff. We got about 10 minutes left. Rams 34-31, big win over the Seahawks in overtime. Packers beat the Bears in that big rivalry, 31-23. Cardinals handily took care of the Saints. Saints did not look good at all, Bob. 31-19. Chargers with a big comeback. Lions were up like 21-0 early in this game. They came back and won it 33-28, which was good for me because I had Phillip Rivers on my fantasy football team. Huge comeback for me and my fantasy football team, Bob, on the bragging rights. Not so good on the money line, but I did get a huge win out of the gate in the bragging rights league. 49ers, maybe they're not dead after all. They shut down AP all day. It was trying to be AP all night as Adrian Peterson returned to the field after his suspension last year, but not so much. 20-3, San Francisco. And wait a second, let's see those new jerseys and uniforms. What is this all about? I mean, the monochromatic look with one color. I mean, get one color on top and the jersey and the pants different. It's ridiculous with these uniforms in the league.
I know.
And another game worth noting, the battle of the two Heisman Trophy winners, Titans 42, Bucks 14. Marcus Mariota looks sharp, Bob. 4 touchdowns early. He cruised to victory. And how about this, Bob? Here's another strange man stat of the week. Jameis Winston became the first quarterback, trivia time, since who to throw his first pass in the NFL for a pick six the other way. Tick-tock, tick-tock.
Mr. Montana?
Nope. A little bit after him.
Mr. Elway?
Nope, but he was a gunslinger.
Steve Young?
Not quite.
Am I getting close?
He was a lefty. Was he a lefty? I'm not sure. Favre. Brett Favre.
Well, I guess that is a bit of ways.
Brett Favre's first pass in the NFL went for an interception, pick six the other way. Jameis Winston did the same thing against the Bucks on Sunday. If he has the career Brett Favre had, he would be happy about it. Big games this weekend, 49ers at Steelers, Lions at Vikings, Cardinals at Bears, Chargers at Bengals, that's kind of a big one, Cowboys at Eagles, that's a big game, Seahawks at Packers, Sunday night, 8 o'clock, and of course we mentioned Bills and Patriots, and the Jets at Indy, Monday night. All right, so not much time. Quick, we'll run through college football. UConn beat Army, got revenge from last year's loss at Yankee Stadium. The Sharif does like it, rocking the Casbah, but they head on the road to number 20, Missouri, this weekend against the two-time defending SEC East champion, Missouri. So that's going to be a tough game. 22-17 was the final, UConn versus Army. CSU lost a tough one against Minnesota in overtime. That was real brutal. They were without their top wide receiver, Hollywood Higgins. By the way, here's another stat for you, Bob.
Okay.
Did you know Hollywood Higgins was the top receiver, leading all people in college football last year with receiving yards and receiving touchdowns?
No, I didn't know that.
For Colorado State, how about that? But he missed his first game in his career last week, so they were a little limited on offense, lost a tough one. The big story in college football was Notre Dame's QB breaking his ankle.
Yeah, that wasn't too good.
They did come back and beat Virginia 34-27. They got the win, but a big loss. Auburn with a huge comeback, almost lost to Jacksonville State, which would have been devastating, 27-20. But if you look at the polls, it was pretty devastating because they fell from 6 all the way down to 18. All right, so we got to get Subway Series.
Yeah.
We see my man McFadden came in real quick because we got other things to talk about too, and I didn't leave ourselves enough time. What do you think, Subway Series? Your Mets in firm control of first place. Yankees, we haven't talked to you since I claimed they were going to run away with it, Mike, but they did not. I was wrong. They are down to the Blue Jays by 3. What do you got to say about that?
I think the Mets should take 2 out of 3.
I would like to see that.
And I hope they get back on, on the road that they were on.
Winners of 8 in a row, but they lost their last 2. Stumbled at the end of this thing. No big deal because they got a full 9.5 game lead on the Nats. But you'd like to get back and take 2 out of 3 in this Subway Series.
Absolutely.
Right?
Win the division and then set it up so Terry Collins can rest some guys and set up his rotation.
They're going to be able to do that, I think, no matter what. 16 games left, 9.5 game lead. This isn't 2000, whatever it was, when they blew that 7-game lead with 17 to go.
But you also want to make sure that the guys are in a good rhythm going into the playoffs.
All right, we didn't leave you much time, Mike, because I got to get to a couple of other things. Texas moved ahead of Houston by sweeping them this week. So they're 1.5 against Houston. Houston holding on for dear life for the wild card now, 1.5 up on the Twins. And the Pirates and the Cubs battling it out for that final 2 wild card. Who's going to have the home game in that 1-game playoff? U.S. Open, Djokovic defeated Federer for his 10th title. Federer had all the chances in the world, only converted 4 of 23 break points. That wasn't good. But the stunner was Serena going down to Roberto Vinci in the semifinal, setting up an all Viva la Italia final. Right. Flavia Pennetta is your U.S. Open champion, the first ever Italian woman to win the U.S. Open. After she did it, she stunned everybody by announcing her retirement in an emotional interview. She said, "Don't cry for me, Argentina. I'm Italian. I am very happy about where I am going out on top. This retirement is a relief for me. I am thrilled. So, bellissima, campione del mundo, grazie, prego, molto bene, whatever you got. Flavia Pennetta got it done. Big game in soccer last night as we run out of time. The Revolution. New England knocks off the Red Bulls 2-1 to move into first place. Only about 5 games left in the MLS regular season as those rivals went down to last night. 6-game winning streak for the Revolution. Very nice.
We'll see we'll see everybody next week.
Next week we'll be back live again, and we will see what happens between now
and then. We'll have some picks from the race arena.
And then, in the meantime,
go
Peyton
Brady.
Manning, play with your bobblehead. Tom Brady will just keep winning.